Devil's Breath. Well, this one has some extreme meaning to it. First, when we did have a tent, my soulmate would always put his used instruments into a mug that we had. So, hence why you see the used pipes inside the cup. Okay, we'll start from the back to the front, I guess. Devil's breath is a take on baby's breath because whenever you take in the fentanyl, it's like taking in the devil's breath. Not only will it either take your breath away, literally and figuratively, but it also turns you into a devil. It takes over your body, mind, soul, and everything else. So that's where that came from. The background is a combination of red for blood. There's blue in there for all the tears that they cry when they do go back to it because their bones hurt, their body aches, they're in so much uncomfort, so ill that they need to go and repeat and repeat and repeat. But it's also for the tears that I cried constantly, not knowing whether or not he was going to come back from this one or not. And the red would also be my anger at it when it took him away from me. It's got black because you black out, or you can go into the black, the darkness. And then there's little dots which symbolize tears falling and such. Okay, now the cup, which I didn't have half of a mug to put on here, else I'd do that. But there's a Japanese art form that if the piece of ceramic or such is broken, you mend it with gold. So it was every time he took a puff, he broke a little more, and I'd have to mend him with gold to put him back together again, to put me back together again. It's a combination of both of us. The tin foil I turned into leaves. I like how, and it might sound really weird, but I always find beauty in everything. But I used to like how once he was done using the tin foil for whatever he needed to use it for, the residue or the burn or whatever you want to call that turned out, the little designs all over. These right here, they're all bowl pipes. These ones were not used for funny. These were all brand spanking new, except for the really dark one. And I just painted them with the colors of the funny that was popular at the time. You have a push stick there, just add it into it. In here, we have alcohol pads to help wipe up. And then this gold piece right here is actually plastic tubing turned gold. And what they did was if your pipe was broken on the end, you could use the tubing, or if you were switching pipes to somebody else so that you did not put their germs into your body. Go figure. You can put everything else in, but we can't be having that. The healthcare system would have been beyond overrun if we had that going on too. But yeah, there's more components to it. I always said that I would never get a bouquet of flowers, so I would take my devil's breath because this would be the only bouquet I would ever get. And that's just some of the meaning behind this one.